No one. I gotta get through this. 6 years ago, no one believed that I could become a state representative.
You know, one thing about this is I would never kick somebody while they're down. You know what I'm saying? I am not a fan of Jasmine Crockett at all, but this is pretty sad because she really had potential to do great things. You know what I mean? But when your entire campaign is based on division, right? And basically racism, if we're keeping it real, you're not gonna fucking win. You know what I mean? Like your entire campaign was based on hating Trump, claiming that you're going after Trump, and you're like a chihuahua. Like I said in my video before, you're a chihuahua, a whole bunch of bark with a small bite. You know what I'm saying? And like you're not gonna win that way. People are gonna eventually get tired of your shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened with Jasmine Crockett. You feel me? And sadly, she had nobody in her corner that was telling her the truth about herself. Because if she did, she probably would still be in office next year. You know what I mean? But you got people egging you on. You got people claiming that you're doing the right thing, even though you had no real policies. You know what I mean? Your entire policy was fuck Trump and we're going to get you, Trump. And you've been threatening this man for years and haven't got him on shit. So eventually people are going to start looking at you with the side eye like, okay, Jasmine, what are you really doing? You know what I'm saying? But let me make this point real quick because her replacement or her alleged replacement, this dude is actually worse than her. You know what I'm saying? In many ways. And I'm going to explain that in my TikTok that I made right here. Y'all check this out. So before I begin this video, I would like for y'all to read this tweet from James Tellerico himself. Crazy work. This is one of them situations to where the grass is not always greener on the other side. Don't get me wrong. I was definitely against Jasmine Crockett. So therefore, it inspired me to do more research on the people running against her, especially from the Democratic Party. This dude, James Tellerico, is worse than Jasmine Crockett. He's an absolute fucking lunatic. Oh, you don't believe me? Check this shit out.
How do you balance your feelings toward ICE versus the people you would represent who support deporting undocumented immigrants? You have 30 seconds.
So my family is from the border. My mom grew up in Laredo, Texas. I feel like Texans understand this issue of immigration more so than people in other states because we live with it, both the benefits and the challenges. So what I've said is that our southern border should be like our front porch. There should be a giant welcome mat out front and a lock on the door.
Modern science obviously recognizes that there are many more than two biological sexes. In fact, there are 6.
Trans children are God's children, made in God's own image. There's nothing wrong with them. Nothing at all. They are perfect, they are beautiful, and they are sacred.
Listen, I don't know what the hell is going on with the modern Democratic Party of today, but you can't win or lose with these motherfuckers. They're always on some weird shit, some insane in the membrane shit. All I'm saying is do y'all research on this dude and become very familiar with his game. Now, I'm hearing that it's not finalized. He has somebody else he has to go against, but correct me if I'm wrong. Either way, this dude is a bigger threat than Jasmine Crockett. By miles. Number one, he has the image, he has the persona, and people's hatred towards Crockett is going to make them support him. Don't fucking do that. Do not be blinded. See, Jasmine Crockett was nothing but a chihuahua, all bark and a little bit of bite. She didn't pose a threat at all. Her entire campaign was based on hating Trump, in which you go nowhere with that shit. This guy right here, James Tellerico, or however you say his last name, he's the real deal, and he knows what he's doing. Please look out for this dude. He's a fucking lunatic. All right, so y'all got, I showed y'all the clips, you know what I'm saying? And, at the end of the day, he is a lunatic. He's one of those radical leftists that just spreads that bullshit propaganda that's just literally insane, literally asinine, but That's the Democratic Party of today. And the point that I was making is that, Jasmine Crockett, she talks a lot of shit and she's a loudmouth, but she does not pose a real threat. You know what I mean? She was basically an entertainer. You know what I mean? Which I think she should look into podcast and start her own podcast. She'll make a lot of money doing that. But just her entire campaign, her entire time in that office, she was just an entertainer. She did not pose no type of threat. But this dude right here, y'all gotta look out for him. Really do your research on him. Do your homework on James Tallarico. If I said his last name correct, you know what I'm saying? Because this dude is fucking weird. He's weird. You know what I mean? And it looked like he knows what he's doing to infiltrate, if I said that word correct, public office. And y'all got to be careful with people like that, man. Like, just because he's a white dude and he's not a ghetto black woman, that doesn't mean that he can't be 10 times worse than a ghetto black woman. You know what I'm saying? Because Jasmine Crockett held no power. She really didn't. But this dude right here looked like he's very, slick and can, maneuver his way into doing some weird shit. You know what I mean? So y'all look out for this dude. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. It's your boy TJ the Realist. Like I said, I feel bad for Jasmine Crockett because I just felt like she did not have the right people in her corner to really get in her ear and tell her, like, hey, you might want to switch this up. You might want to change this about your strategy, and boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? So that's what happens when you don't have that circle. You know what I mean? You just continue doing what you're doing, and eventually it's not going to work out. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. It's your boy TJ the Realist. New videos coming soon. Like, subscribe, hit notification bell. And yeah, we out of here.